Welcome back to my channel everyone for another mod look video for Farming Simulator 22. We have some pretty good mods this time in my opinion. We'll get right into them right now. First up is the JCB teletruk by RossN mods. 7.02 megabytes to download, will take 3 slots on console, and it is this little guy right here in front of me. This is the same, well, basically the same mod that dropped late in FS19 if you've played that. I did like this mod, it was pretty cool, something different, but it is basically the size of a skid steer but has a bit of a reach like a telehandler. That's pretty cool. Does have lights there, horn, does have beacons, but it's around the back here, and it's just a little strobe beacon. Very nice bright reverse light there as well, which is decent. Yes, not a bad little material handling machine at all. You'll find this in your buy menu under vehicles, under forklifts. It's not under any of your, I thought it would be under telehandlers or front loaders, just being the size of it, but it's not. It's actually under forklifts. It's right there. $48,000 to buy. 20 kilometers an hour working speed. 62 horsepower. You can change the main color to anything on that palette, so you can have it JCB red if you like, because JCB do a yellow and a red. And then same with the rim colors, you can change it to anything on that palette there. They do have a chrome, matte black, silver, anything like that. Nice. That looks nice. And then your license plate number there at the bottom as well. The only other thing I will let you know is to buy the tools for the front of this is skid steer tools. So this will hold any skid steer tool. If you take notice of the front hitch there on it, it is the same as a skid steer. I will just jump into that there. So any one of these, very similar to the front hitch on that, and yeah, it doesn't, very different to the telehandler hitch there, and the same with the front loaders, different to that as well. So yeah, we'll take the skid steer tools, which is what I have on the front, just to show you that it does hook up to them. It's the, as you can see there, it's the Paladin brand pallet fork, and the only front loader sort of material handling tools that are branded Paladin are your skid steer ones there, so it will take all of those there, which is fine, which is very good. Very nice, small, neat, nimble little material pallet handling vehicle. Unreal. I'll be using that on my farms in the future. Up next is a lineup of John Deere equipment, and these are very good models. They're very well detailed. They are the John Deere 8R, 8RT and 8RX 2020 series tractors by Siid modding. 42.06 megabytes to download, but you do get 3 tractors in this pack, as I'll call it, since you do get the 3. And first up is this one here, which is the 8RX, which will use 18 slots. One next to him is the 8RT, which will use 14 slots, which is your big tractor. And then you have this one at the end, which is your 8R, and that will use 16 slots on console. So we have 18, 14, 16 slots there on console. Very nice tractors, nicely detailed. You have the toolbox, the engine pipes, filler caps. On this side you can see all the other little hoses, oil filters, front weights on the chassis there. Very nicely detailed as well. The 3D tracks on all of these as well. On that one and that one, looking very nice. This one doesn't have tracks, but it does have the dual wheels. All very nice looking tractors. They do have a US and an EU version. I'll have got these set on the US version with the safety triangle on the back. But they do sound very nice. We have lights, no beacons, horn. Very nice sounding tractors indeed. All these 8R series tractors sound the same. They just have different body and chassis configurations. This one, lights, nice working lights on that one. Again, no beacons. Has a quick hitch, 3-point hitch on the back. Turns on a dime, this one being a tractor. Oh, that was a bit close. Scratched them already. And same again with the 8R. Do one of these have a beacon? Oh yes, these guys have little... There you go, they do have beacons on them. I didn't notice that before. They're on the roof. Yeah guys, tiny little LED beacons on the roof. You'll probably see them better overnight. There you go, very nice indeed. Must be the same for the 8R as well. Yep, there we go. They have this one has suspension adjustable. Hold L1 and move right stick left and right. You can raise and lower the front end of your tractor. That is very cool. Hydraulic or airbag suspension on the front. See if this one, no options on that one. About this guy. No, just on the 8R down the end there with the tyres, you can raise and lower the front suspension. Very nice indeed. You'll find all these tractors under your buy menu, under vehicles, under large tractors. They're all there at the end. The 8RX with the 4 treads all round is $351,000 to buy. 40 kilometers an hour of speed. Can go from 357 to 458 horsepower. And yeah, options are standard, exacta rate row crop treads, exacta rate heavy duty, back to standard. We then have extra lights, yes or no, puts the extra lights up there on the cabin. There. Triangle, puts the safety triangle on the back. 3-point link on the front, yes or no. You can have weights all the way up to 1800 kilos. Very nice. Then engine setups are the 310 for 357 horsepower, the 340 for 388 horsepower, 370 for 420 horsepower, the 410 for 458 horsepower. And then we have track setup. We have EU 3 meter, then the US 2, US 3, back to EU. Main color, if you have a close look, actually tints the windows slightly. So if I go into here, change it to blue, you can see the windows change ever so slightly to have a blue tint or a grey tint or the black tint. It's a very slight change. The blue one does stand out the most, but it is there. That is the 8RX. Next up is the 8RT for $343,000 to buy. Same horsepower, 357 to 458, 40 kilometers an hour. I think that's the same for all of them bar the 8R. So we have front weight standard 300, 800, 1300, 1800 kilo weight on the front or none. Triangle on the back, yes or no. Have EU design, US design, so it just puts the ladder out further, takes away the front headlights and that extra light on the side, puts the wide indicator and light bars on the back. There, that's about the only differences. And the exhaust changes slightly. Same motor setup, 310 for 357, 340 for 388, 370 for 420, and the 410 for 458 horsepower. Track setup, we have standard 2, which just changes the tread slightly. Standard 3 puts the wide treads. 2.6 meter wide row crops. 2.6 meter 2 just changes the tread pattern. Then we have the wide 2.6 meters. We go out to the 3 meter wide row crop treads. Tread changes, put the wide treads on back to standard. I like that setup there myself. Main color again changes the windows if that's what you wish to do, ever so slightly. You can put the blue tint, the grey or the black on there, and then your license plate number at the bottom. Then the 8R is $285,000 to buy. It's the cheapest of them both. It's 315 to 445 horsepower. It's not too much difference in horsepower. It will travel a bit faster at 40 kilometers an hour. 50 kilometers per hour. Tyre options are Michelin, Continental, Trailerborg, Midas, BKT, back to Michelin. Then we have the 30-inch row crops, hubs and 30-inch row crops with weights for the row crops, hubs and weights. Then we have the back jewels with the row crops, back jewels and weights, then back jewels and double rear weights. We have jewels, row crops and hubs, hubs with weights again. Then we have the twin 30-inch rows, rows with weights. Again, back to standard. Under Continental of the 36-inch row crops, and all the same options with weights, without hubs, with hubs, with weights. Then we have the jewels and we have the twin jewels. Back to the row crops. Trailerborg, we just have standard with weights, then we have twins, and back to wheel weights again. Midas, wheel weights, twins, narrow twins 2, which I think that's the US setup. Oh, we've got some fireworks going off out here at the beach. Sorry about that, guys. Someone's celebrating. Under BKT we have wheel weights, twins, narrow twins, narrow twins 2, back to normal, and then back to your Michelin. We have EU or US version with fenders at the rear, yes, with fenders rear and front, or no. Triangle at the back, yes. 3-point link at the front, or no. Or you can have your weights from 3, 8, 1500, 1800. Then we have the engine options for your 8R, which is the 8R 280 for 315 horsepower, your 310 for 345, your 340 for 375, your 370 for 405, and your 410 for 445 horsepower. And then again, the main color just changes the windows again, so slightly you can sort of see that blue tinge to them. And then your license plate option at the bottom. But in saying that, all very nice John Deere tractors. Siid Modding is very good at doing his John Deere gear. Very, very good indeed. Moving on from the 3 awesome tractors, again by Siid Modding, to go with this one here, which is the 8RX, is these guys here. These tanks, which is the integrated Exactorate 8RX tanks. They are 3.98 megabytes to download. We'll use 4 slots on the console, and these will go on your tractor. So I'll just grab the 8RX, guys. Oops. So you drive in, you pull up, you line your back wheels up with these, and you'll get the connection icon. You just tap X. They will connect on and go over the wheels like big wheel arches. And then you have tanks on the back for herbicide or liquid fertilizer. I don't think this has an open cover option. No, it doesn't. We should be able to pull up here, possibly. Is this going to work? Nope, it's not going to fill up from this fill station. Okay. Maybe it'll fill up from an IBC. I'll just grab one of them, guys. So I'll just grab a liquid fertilizer one. Just sneak over here to the shop. There it says refill additional tank, L3, yes. You can see down the bottom there it is starting to fill. And that will give you extra fertilizer or herbicide if you're carrying or using a sprayer or a seeder or planter that takes fertilizer. You can then put this on and it will just up your fertilizer capacity. Very nice little extra tank mod indeed for your John Deere tractor. Again, just to drop it off, tap X, it will disconnect it. You'll find these under your tools menu, under sprayers. Right there at the end, integrated exact rate 8RX tanks. 3,785 litre capacity, will hold liquid fertilizer or herbicide. $45,000 to purchase. There are no options on these tanks, they are how they come. They do have lights and indicators, reflectors on the back there. Very nice tanks indeed. I did notice though, if you do get too close to them, it's not going to do it now. They were a bit jittery and they'd actually jump and bounce around the field a bit. Not dramatically, but they were doing it earlier, and now that I want to show you that they were doing it, they're not going to. Awesome. I love when the game works the way you don't want it to. Let me just try this little tractor, because it did bounce around when I drove this tractor through them earlier. So we'll just see if I can get them to do it. Yes, you can see them slide. They're not moving or jittering, but they are just moving sideways ever so slightly. Not that that's much of a problem, but yeah, they do it. Just thought I'd show you that, but it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to do it now while I stand here. No, only with that tractor. So it might be the tank's way of just saying, no, that's the wrong tractor, get that tractor away from me. Possibly. But yeah, that's the integrated exacta rate 8RX tanks. Up next is another John Deere piece of machinery, and it is this guy right here. This is the John Deere 1775NT 2022 model by JHHG Modding, another nice modder that does awesome John Deere equipment and other mods that he makes. They are all very highly detailed, as you can see. You can see every individual bolt head and hose and component on here, all the wheel nuts, all your oil and hydraulic hoses and everything are very well detailed indeed. But yeah, it's even got the crawler treads on the back there instead of the wheels to help you float over your field. But this is a 17.8 working width planter. So we'll just get in there, start the engine, we'll unfold it. Nice, smooth, realistic type folding. It does take its time, but it will go, as it will lower those front two wheels first. Nice smooth animation there. So it will hold 227 litres of fertilizer, and it will hold 4,581 litres of seed. But then we can turn it on. As you can hear, it has nice actual seed blower sounds. We will lower him down, and it will plant like any other planter, like so, out to 17.8 meters wide, I'm pretty sure it is. It also does have your ridge markers, so if you hold L1 and press up, it will put the left ridge marker out, and that will just mark your field. You line that mark up from the ridge marker with the bonnet of your tractor. If you're seeding from this view, put the middle of your bonnet on that ridge marker line, and then your planters should line up perfectly. If I press up again, it'll pack the left away and put the right side out, and if I press up again, it'll pack them both away. L1 and left on the D-pad will open the seed tank covers, like so. Pack that away. Yeah, that is the John Deere 1775 NT 2022 planter. Very nice indeed. 36.25 megabytes to download, will take 20 slots on console. Very, very nice indeed. You'll find that under your tools menu, under planters, right there at the end. 340 horsepower required to operate, has a total combined capacity of 6,852 litres, so that probably was wrong when I said 251. It's probably 2,500 and something litres of fertilizer. But it will plant your corn, sunflower, soybeans, sugar beet and cotton. It working width is 17.8 meters, like I said, and it will work at 16 kilometers per hour. Not many options of it on it. You do have GPS configuration option, which just puts the Starfire 6000 GPS on there at the front of the seed tank, like so. You then can have the factory mounted set for liquid fertilizer, yes or no. If you do turn that off, you will save $5,960. And if you look closely in there, it's probably hard to see. It does put extra hoses on the drawbar there, like so. As you can see that go across there, and then your license plate number there at the end. Very nicely detailed planter indeed. Okay, up next following that is this little guy here. This is in a pack as well. This is a Kverneland / Accord DL pack by Dlajego. Apologies if I've said that modder's name wrong. I'm really bad with names. 9.62 megabytes to download. We'll use 5 slots on console each because there's 4 of these in the pack. But yeah, they are a 3-meter seeder, basically. So I'll just jump in the tractor. Look up, it does have ridge markers, I'm pretty sure. Or can we not use the ridge markers? Okay, doesn't look like we can use the ridge markers. We can open and close the cover, like so. There's ridge markers on there. Don't know why we can't open and close those. Oh well. Turn that on and lower it down and it will plant or seed out to 3 meters, like so. 12-kilometer working speed. You'll find these guys under seeders down the end there, 5 slots each one getting dearer as you go. So you've got $7,000 for the Accord pneumatic DL. 60 horsepower required to use. Will hold either 750,000 liters, 750,000 liters of seed up to 1,250 liters of seed. 3-meter working width, and they will work at 12 kilometers per hour. They will only hold seed, and they will plant wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybeans, sorghum, sugar beet, and that's oilseed radish, sorry, and grass. Options on this one, you can change. I think they're most of the options are the same. So capacity is the same, from 750 to 1,000 to 1,250. You've got trailer borg or BKT. And you've got wide options in both tyres. Decals, you can have new or old. Which on this one, oh yep, there we go. So it gives you that faded old peeling off look, or you can have them brand new. Mechanism cover, if you have a look down in there, you can see the 2 silver cogs just past that blue bar. If you put the cover on, you get a nice cover plate over that to protect your gearing. And then disc markers, you can have yes or no, even though I couldn't get them to work, but I'm guessing they do. Might have just been the tractor that I had them on. And then main color, any of those reds on there, so you can make it look nice and new, old and faded, however you want to go. And then the blue changes to blue bar work, so you can make it look newer, older, like that, so. And then rim color, anything on those pallets right there. Next one, basically exactly the same, all the same stats. Again, capacity is the same, trailer borg, BKT, decals, new or old. Mechanism cover, yes or no. Disc markers, yes or no. And main color, any of those reds and any of those for the wheel colors. That's the Accord pneumatic DL for $8,000. I don't know why that's dearer, to be honest, with less options, but maybe it's newer, I don't know. And we come up into the two Kverneland ones, which are pretty much exactly the same as well. So option wise, capacity 750, 1000, 1250, trailer borg or BKT, wide or normal, mechanism cover, yes or no, disc markers, yes or no, rim color, anything on that pallet. So Kverneland white, red or green, and that is it for that one. And then this one at the end for $10,000. Again, stats all the same, capacity same, trailer borg, BKT, wide or standard, mechanism cover, yes or no, disc markers, yes or no, and you only get rim color change on this, and it is branded in Kverneland only. But yeah, all those four are the same, so I don't know why we have two exactly the same, basically. I mean, I don't see why I'd buy the $10,000 Kverneland one when I can buy the $9,000 Kverneland one. Just has the older type Kverneland stickers, which doesn't make much difference to me. So yeah, maybe that's the newer version, that's the older one, because the decals are different. That's the only difference I could spot. Maybe that one, the $7,000 one, is the older version of the $8,000 one. Maybe that's why we have them. But yes, that is the Kverneland Accord DL Cedar Pack. Up next after that we have these two guys over here, which are the Lizard MT Kastor tankers. So you have the solid drawbar fronted one and you have the swivel axle front one. These will take your animal liquid products, so it will hold milk and water. I'm pretty sure that's all they are, is milk and water tankers, but we'll confirm that when we go in and have a look. They are by DS Agri Service is the modder. 13.83 megabytes to download. Each one will use 6 slots on console, whether you get the MT2, which is this one, or the MT3, which is that one. So it's got 3 axles, that's got 2 axles. And yeah, we'll have a look. You'll find them under tools, under animals. Along here at the end, you've got the MT2 for 24,500, will hold milk or water, and this one will hold up 14,000 litres or 24,000 litres. And the options are Continental, Nokian, Trailer Borg, back to Continental. No tyre options. So I like the Trailer Borgs. Decals, yes or no. So you can have Milch, which is German. You can have English, which is just milk, or you can have French, which is lait for milk, up to you, or no decal at all. Load capacity is small, so that's your 14,000 litres. Middle is your 18,000 litres, and large or big is your 24,000 litre capacity. Then your main colour, anything on that pallet right there. So if you wanted, you could go, I don't know, do they have it? Could have stainless steel tank. Design, could have it yellow, changes the bottom tank cradle for the trailer there. And then your rim colour, anything on that pallet like so as well. Funky colours, but just wanted to pick something that would stand out. So yeah, a lot of colours on the pallets, guys. So the same colour pallets, that's a bit more for the tank. But yeah, lots of colours on the pallet. And the MT3 is the same. It will hold milk or water, $28,000 to buy. It will hold a capacity of 15,000 litres up to 28,000 litres. Same wheel options, Continental, Nokian, Trailerborg, back to Continental. Decal, German, English or French, or none. Capacity small, 15,000 litres. Middle is 20,000 litres, and big is 28,000 litres. Main colour for the tank, anything on that pallet. Design colour, anything on that pallet, and then your rim colour, anything on that pallet. And then license plate number option down the bottom like usual. Very nice tankers, they do hold a fair bit of capacity. The other thing is too, when we hook up to them, they will not fill unless you open the cover and have the hatches open on the top. That's what it says in the mod description. So if we drive under here to fill up, you won't get the fill up thing. If you hold L1 and press left on your D-pad, the lids will open, and now we can start filling with either milk or water. We'll fill that up with milk all the way up. We can close that off and transport our milk. Very nice indeed. Might actually grab that for my out baler on Let's Play, since I'm bringing cows into that. Yes, very nice indeed. And last but not least brings us to this mod over here, which is not the harvester or the trailer, it's the header itself. And these are the Stalkbuster pack by REA Modding, 0.02 megabytes to download. You get 6 meter headers, 7.5 meter headers in this. The 6 meter headers take 15 slots each. The 7.5 meter headers take 16 slots each, except for the class header, which is the one I got, will only take 6 slots for some reason. These do work slower, but they do bust up the stalks. They have an inbuilt mulcher on all of these headers. So if we start this up, so you can harvest your corn and mulch your corn and field at the same time, so it will bust your stalks left on your field. So you get that nice mulched look on your field as you're making your chaff. So that's basically doing 2 jobs in one. So you won't need to harvest and then mulch after this. You'll just do it all in the one pass. Very, very nice mod indeed. Only it runs at 9 kilometers an hour, where your normal runs run at about 10. So you're only about 1, maybe 2 kilometers slower. But yeah, that's them there. And a nice mulched field texture at the end. Very cool idea indeed. If you're going to do forage work, you won't have to own a mulcher. You can just get one of these headers and do it all in one pass. You'll find these under your tools menu, under forage harvester headers. So we'll go past all there's the in-game standard ones. Your little 4.5s, you don't get them. You come up to your 6 meter ones here. So you get all these three, you get your class 1, and then you get your 3 Kemper ones. And then, yeah, you don't get your 9 meter headers in that, which is a bit of a bummer, but you do get your 7.5s. And then here's the start of the modded ones. You get your Kemper 360 Plus for 88,000. Then you get your 360 Plus Stalkbuster John Deere header, and then your New Holland 600 SFI Stalkbuster. They're all 88,000. These all use 15 slots on console for your 6 meter headers. Then we go up to the class, which is 7.5 meters, so 1.5 meter wider, but this one uses 6 slots for some reason. $110,000 to buy for all your 7.5s. Then we get into the Kemper, the John Deere, and the New Holland. So you get the 375 Kemper for 110, the 375 John Deere, and the 750 New Holland. They use your 16 slots there, as it says down the bottom, and they will chaff corn, wheat, oat, barley, canola, soybeans, sorghum, and sunflower. So they will do a few more crops than the normal ones, will they? No, they all do that as well. That's fine. But yeah, they just mulch after it, where the standard ones don't mulch. Up there it says headers are attached to forage harvesters. Cutters with a stalkbuster have an integrated mulcher which crushes the stubble. So yeah, they have a built-in mulcher, which is a very cool idea. I like that a lot. And after that, that brings us to the end of this mod look video for the 26th of January 2022. Hope you liked the video. Hope it was informative enough for you. Hope you're having a great day, evening, and good night wherever you may be. I'll catch you in the next video, and thanks for watching.